I'm gonna talk real quickly, and then I'm gonna put it on this video. Show some interesting things. This phone conversation that I have with Kathy Sturtevant. She's the court administrator for Judge John Kelly Luther, Circuit Court Judge, Senior Circuit Court Judge. There's an absolute catastrophe going on right now with the Mississippi Judiciary. Okay? It is an absolute shit show. Okay? My due process rights of the accused were never afforded to me back in 2017. It's the only reason why I was compelled to plea out to a crime that, quite frankly, was never committed. There was never a crime. That was the first and only time that I will ever sell my soul to the devil. That's what I kind of look at it as when I pled out. I will never plea out to anything ever again. Period. It has been hell on earth, to put it very lightly. Okay? My life has literally just been turned inside out. I've started doing the documentary Riding With The Outlaw in order to document the extreme uphill battle in seeking vindication and justice against the truly guilty parties. Plotted against me back in 2017 that saw benefit from their plotting. And a warrior never gives up. I'm not giving up this fight. The Mississippi Court of Appeals, I turned in my appellate brief on Friday. It's a bit weird because Lynn Fitch, the Attorney General, was listed on there as far as representing Mississippi. Mickey Mallett, District Attorney. There's another one, Samantha something, and then another attorney just entered as lead counsel for the state of Mississippi. 4 attorneys against me. It's going to be fun, interesting. Here's the thing. Just over the last 16 months, getting to the bottom of the facts, all the details, gathering all the evidence, I have been retaliated upon by the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department. Ones that were guilty, in particularly Sheriff Joey East. 9 charges put against me in Justice Court. All Lafayette County Justice Court judges have recused themselves due to conflict of interest. So they're bringing in a judge from another county. It happened to be Union County. Judge by the name of Judge Garrison. Now, thought Judge Garrison was going to be alright. Judge Garrison, come to find out, actually recused himself last week. So, another judge is recused. Very weird. Actually looked at the order. Judge Garrison actually, something's not adding up right there with that order. He put in there that that he was recusing himself because of conflict of interest, because I had threatened Tannehill Law Firm, and his daughter works at Tannehill Law Firm. Now, it's very odd because the judge should know the name of law firms. A judge whose daughter works at a particular law firm should certainly know the name of the law firm. It's certainly not Tannehill Law Firm. It's Tannehill, Carmine, and McKenzie. Now, I never, not one time did I ever threaten the Tannehill, Carmine, and McKenzie Law Firm, or as Judge Garrison put it, the Tannehill Law Firm. Not once. So I'm actually publicly compelling Judge Garrison to release where he got that hearsay, because he never put allegedly in his order that he signed recusing himself, and what that ultimately did is that tainted my case for the next judge. Now, another odd thing about that is, in that order, he had made mention that he was appointed to that, to my 9 Justice Court charges by Judge John Kelly Luther, who should have recused himself on my post-conviction relief matter. He is the presiding judge for 2017. He was made aware of all crimes committed by Lafayette County officials and employees in advance. Insisted on staying in even though there's another judge assigned to the case, Judge Kent Smith. Now, Judge John Kelly Luther has had an obligation to recuse himself many times, has refused to do that. And I got to say, I hope it bites him in the ass when it's all said and done. But for this judge, this circuit court judge, for 1 second to think it's okay to pick who the judge is on the Justice Court matters, to completely sham 9 charges, ridiculously sham. The only thing that I truly was guilty for in that was an expired tag. Okay, that was the only thing out of everything given that I take accountability for at the time. I had an expired tag. Everything else completely sham. Completely sham. Lies. And it's become clear to me that the whole plan with the Justice Court fiasco is to throw as many different charges at the wall like they're spaghetti noodles to see what sticks. Even if nothing sticks, at least we can paint this guy to look like a criminal or look as bad as possible for whatever judge is ruling over his case. And all along, Judge John Kelly Luther clearly is deciding who's going to rule over my case. Now, isn't this a bit of a coincidence? Because a judge that quite possibly could be criminally involved, for all I know, because he was made aware of all the crimes committed. He took it on himself to step into another judge's role that was assigned to my post-conviction relief and override that judge and deny my motions. I'm going to play this video, this call that I had with Kathy. This is an absolute moral outrage.
Judge Richard's office.
Miss Kathy,
Yes.
you've always been a very sweet lady to me and always a very straight shooter, it seems like.
Oh, well, thank you so much. What lovely kind words on a Friday. Thank you.
Is it Friday, really? Yeah, it is Friday. Oh my gosh. Miss Kathy, I've got a grievance. This is Matt Reardon.
Yes, sir.
I had just been made aware that the Justice Court judge from Union County that was assigned from Union County Judge Garrison had recused himself, and I just got sent the order and I read over it. And I think
That's my understanding too, Matt. However, a new order has just been issued that is, and you're supposed to be copied on it at a later time. It has had its chance to work through the system with the mail and what have you. But there already has been a new judge assigned to that.
I'm going to have to probably challenge that. I was not aware. See, here's my problem. Is that in regards to all the circuit court stuff, that's just a mess. The Supreme Court, the name, the judge's name, I feel like 100%, after I put in the motion for recusal on Judge Luther, I feel like in the circuit clerk's office, the judge's name was fraudulently altered from Kent Smith, which is who it was assigned to Judge John Kelly Luther. I actually have screenshots through August where it actually reflected Judge Kent Smith as the presiding judge over my over my circuit court matter. But yet, Judge Luther kept overriding that and ruling denying the motions, and refused to recuse himself. I thought that, being that he was made aware prior to the post-conviction relief matter, he was made aware of crimes committed by Lafayette County officials through the detailed email that I'd sent to you.
Matt, I'm going to have to stop you there. I know your grievances have been many. Anytime judges recuse at the justice court level, it's procedurally appropriate that the circuit judge reappoint someone else.
No, but I'm saying Judge John Kelly Luther is not the proper judge to be appointing judges over another matter. In fact, I think he really has an obligation to step aside.
You're wrong about that, Matt. He is the senior circuit judge in this district.
But in light of the claims, the conflicts of interest that have been raised in regards to being made aware of the stuff up front on the post-conviction relief, I think that he has an obligation to pass it to another judge to assign the judges for justice court.
The only way, and this is part of your problem, Matt, is you represented yourself pro se in all the matters that I'm aware of, as opposed to having, professional legal counsel. All I can tell you is everyone, including yourself, that has any issues before justice court or city court or circuit court has to know how to file the appropriate motions and have them presented to the court. And I think that part of your problem is that procedurally you don't know how to do all those things. Now, I understand that you say you cannot afford legal counsel, but I would encourage you at this point to obtain some legal counsel so that you can go forward, with sound legal advice. So,
it sounds like I'm having to watch and duck my head from Judge John Kelly Luther. I don't think I've done anything wrong procedurally when it comes to filing a motion.
Well, I assure you, Mr. Reardon, that Judge Luther has not done anything inappropriate. And, you're welcome to write him a letter if you like. But
when's he going to be in Lafayette County?
He is the senior circuit judge. And
is he there today?
He has done everything by the rules. He's, of course, not only a juris doctor, he's the senior circuit judge. So nothing he has done has been wrong or inappropriate.
Well, I'd like to ask him some questions. Is he in Oxford today?
No, he's not. He's not. And also, Matthew, and this is another problem for you, I realize, and I as much as I would love to assist you, I'm not in a position to do so. But another problem is, while you have ongoing pending matters before the court, it would be inappropriate for the judge to speak with you directly. That's against the rules.
Just like if I have pending matters in the circuit court and Supreme Court, it would be inappropriate for that same judge that I have issues with in another court to be assigning judges in justice court.
Without the other side being present.
But it's no different than jury selection. It's no different than juror selection when there's a conflict of interest that's picking the judge.
I'm going to need an answer from the Judge Garrison camp, and/or I'm going to need an answer from the Tannehill, Carmine, and McKenzie camp. The way I see it is this: Ray Tannehill, Jay Carmine, Matt McKenzie. They're a powerhouse. I couldn't be posing a threat unless they were referring to it being a physical threat. Rumors are steadily getting spread. Clearly, I'm going to need to see supporting evidence, because millions of splinters were sent through this area and surrounding areas. Lies and bullshit in 2017, and this is complete proof of it. Complete proof of it. I'd also like a more defined answer than what I got. Judge John Kelly Luther's office as to how they do not think that this is a conflict of interest, and how they do not think that any adverse ruling in justice court, which I've claimed, and I've even offered evidence to show that they are sham charges. I believe they're there just to stack the deck against me, to make me look bad. So, I would like to know how in the hell the way conflict of interest works, and the clear tie that's going on here, clear tide evidence, as far as Judge John Kelly Luther being the presiding judge in a case that's currently in the Supreme Court, Court of Appeals. How Judge John Kelly Luther doesn't feel that this would not call for, would not be manifest error that would require a reversal on appeal. Should there be any findings of guilt at trial? You know, I would love to know why these sham charges levied against me I'd love to know why they're so important to Lafayette County. To recuse all their judges. To get another judge, Union County, that recuses himself. And despite valid reasons listed and supportive evidence of why these charges, and in particular, ones that I named, but all of them, are so worth it to the county, to its officials, to the taxpayers and their money, to Lafayette County. Is it not enough to destroy, to know that I was innocent the entire time? But you knew it since the beginning, because it was all part of a staged plan anyways. But to know that you destroyed a man's life and his opportunities, and it's because of that you brought him right back with a camera, microphones, on an investigative journalism / reporting mission. The courts won't do the right thing in curtailing and truly dealing a crushing blow to the corrupt actors, the ones that have abused their positions of power. Then I hope Riding With The Outlaw will. Because that's really been my goal since the beginning. It's a double, it's a method to help hold those, especially in power, accountable and responsible. I wanted to send a strong, lasting message that regardless or not, whether or not you get caught and held accountable by the courts, you might not want to try to frame an innocent person, abuse the legal system, and destroying that person's life. Because you never know when that person may get the bright idea to go ahead and start working on a documentary and produce a documentary that's directly about you. Okay? That then becomes an item that's protected by the First Amendment.
Smith Office, how may I help you?
Yes, sir. I called over a week ago now, probably a week and a half ago, in regards to the craziest of matters back in 2017. It was a scandal that deprived me of my rights, my due process rights, all of them. And I'm in just fighting for my life here. I'm in desperate need of congressional authority, of the help of Congress, the Senate. And I was told that I believe I may have spoken to you, that it's an issue that Senator Smith would be interested in hearing about, and I never did hear anything back.
Yes, sir. I passed it along to the senator, and she said that she's not going to be able to do much, and that Governor Reeves would probably be your best bet for any help regarding that matter.
Okay, well, I mean, surely anybody's better than just me on my own. I mean, the matter actually just got a lot more serious. The circuit court judge that has literally, he's been in the way on everything, refused me an evidentiary hearing. He was of knowledge of crimes committed by Lafayette County officials, and still has chosen to not recuse himself. I've got 9 charges against me in justice court. All the judges in Lafayette County have recused themselves. Now the Union County judge has recused himself, which that is strikingly odd right there, that all these judges are recusing. And come to find out, the judge that is actually picking the judges to rule over my justice court cases is the same circuit court judge that, I feel like is criminally liable. And what a coincidence that, absconding with the liability by picking a favorable judge to get rid of his problem.
Yes, sir. I've already passed this message along, and I don't think there's going to be anything that this office is going to be able to help you with.
I don't. I see Matt Gates down in Florida. That's certainly taking an interest in due process rights. Being deprived of citizens, and I don't know why. My own state senator, who's a Republican, is refusing to even assist. I feel like this is every single person's turning their back on me just to let me just drown out here. I'm fighting all these battles by myself, and I can't even get my own senator. What's going on? It's America.
I'm sorry, sir. That's all I'm going to do with time. I wish I had a better answer for you.
Well, I know that she certainly lost a constituent with that decision, and if I have anything to say about it, it would be a lot more than just me for not showing any kind of interest in wanting to help.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm
Convey
sorry
that to her.
I will. All right.
Okay.
Have a good day.